You're trying to create general standards worldwide for all food, which isn't, I think each country should have their own food rules. I think each country should set their own prices for food as well as quality. I mean, the U.S. should not be forcing South Koreans, for instance, to eat our contaminated meat. I mean, that's the whole idea of free trade is a joke. It's forced trade. I mean, South Korea is going to be forced to buy our meat, whether they want to or not. And the people there will be forced to eat it, whether they want to or not, under a free trade program. And they're protesting, right? And the government might be thrown out over meat. I mean, that's an amazing story of how grassroots organizing in South Korea by farmers and consumers might overturn a government because the U.S. wants to dump our crappy beef on them. I mean, that's a fantastic story of food sovereignty in action. And imagine if we did that here. And it is happening here with bovine growth hormone. People do not want to have bovine growth hormone in their milk anymore. Monsanto's desperately trying to peddle it still. And they're trying to ban labeling.
And Codex might force it.
Right, and that's the whole problem with government entities like the WTO or Codex or whatever. Food sovereignty says that local communities have the right to determine their food system. Farmers in a community should have the right to determine what they grow or how they raise their animals. That should not be determined by somebody in Geneva or Rome or wherever these bodies are. Or Monsanto's headquarters in St. Louis. So I mean, that's what food sovereignty is about.
So who do you think is behind this food control? It's just
corporations. Yeah, I mean they're out to make money. I mean off the food system. That's their interest. So and they've said that. I mean one of the chief people of Kraft actually said, we don't care about the quality of what we sell. All we care about is how much we sell, because we make money on volume, not quality. And Monsanto said the same thing too. It's not our responsibility to make safe food. That's the U.S. government's responsibility. We're going to make whatever food we want. If they rubber stamp it and approve it, well, then it's okay with us. We don't care. And what do you try to sue us? We got $70 million. All these lawyers waiting to deal with a lawsuit. Come and get us. They'll sue farmers first, which they do all the time.
And what do you think about this contaminated food that keeps popping up?
Well, that's just symptomatic of the whole problem with the globalization of food. No consumer right to know. We don't have country of origin labeling yet, although it was in the last Farm Bill. It still hasn't been implemented. That's why, I'm not worried about my tomatoes because I'm growing and eating local tomatoes.
Right.
So the same thing when the spinach thing happened. I was eating Wisconsin spinach. I wasn't worried about those 3 counties in California where it was all contaminated because I'm not eating spinach that's not from my bioregion.
Right.
So, that's...
I'm not eating the tomatoes out of Taco Bell or...
Right, so, yeah. So that's why and the industry's response to that. Well, we need more irradiation. We need more, all that type of. We'll have a high tech. Come up with some fix for this problem. The rate of food poisoning in the U.S. is astronomical, and I have friends who get sick all the time from food. And they finally figured out it was from Pizza Hut or it was from the salad buffet thing at some chain restaurant.
All you can eat, yeah.
But then they just sort of accept that that's just part of being normal. Is I'm going to get sick from food poisoning 4 or 5 times a year. That's not normal. And there was an epidemiologist from UC Berkeley, I think, who said about the E. coli spinach. He said that type of E. coli outbreak would never happen anywhere else in the world except the U.S. We're the only food system that would transport spinach from 3 counties in California over the entire country in 2 weeks. That's contaminated, so it would kill a woman in Manitowoc County, Wisconsin. And that could only happen in the U.S. because our food system is that set up to distribute problems so quickly. That one mad cow in Washington State ending up in 12 other states in 2 weeks. Bits of that cow when that first mad cow was found. Because one hamburger will have meat from 200 animals in it. What type of food system is that? You should be able to eat a hamburger from 1 animal, not from 200 animals.
What is the status of mad cow, do you think?
Oh, it's percolating. It's out there.
Do you think?
It's in the system. It takes so long for it to manifest itself. Well, there's a lot of concerns that it's linked to Alzheimer's and all these other diseases. Oh yeah, the prion diseases I think are all related. And the first studies on that was done in Wisconsin by Dr. Marsh at UW-Madison. He was studying mink. Mink were getting a mad cow type disease from eating dead dairy cows. They were chopping up dead dairy cows and feeding them on these mink farms, fur farms. And the mink were getting that same cheese type brain formation. And he uncovered that years ago and started warning people about we should not be feeding dead animals back to other it's just it's spreading disease, and he was like ostracized at the university and called a wacko, and of course now he's been vindicated. I mean, all the stuff he said was true. But, maybe some people are more susceptible to it than others. I mean, anytime you do toxicity studies, it's the same thing. All toxicity studies are done on males like us. 30, 40-year-old white males are the case group, right? Well, not all people are like us. I mean, what if you're a pregnant woman? What if you're a little kid? What if you're elderly? What if you're HIV positive? And then lo and behold, those people suddenly get sick from some sublethal exposure to some toxic element that I mean, the assumption that everyone's all the same and we can figure out if we have 50% die-off of fish in this water from this chemical, that's the threshold or something. I mean, that's all the science is not that precise. And we have synergistic effects we don't even know about. Like, you combine mercury with, other heavy metals with PCBs and drinking water, what's going to be the effect? We don't know. I mean, because we all do all toxicity tests isolation. Well, that's not how nature works. I mean, Theo Colburn's written about this many times.
And what do you think about the concerns of gelatin?
Well, yeah, there's a whole other problem. Yeah, you have mammal byproducts being put into all sorts of other foods, even into makeup, mascara, stuff like that, which people end up eating or ingesting or through their skin or whatever. So yeah, it's in all sorts of things.
So do you trust marshmallows?
I don't eat marshmallows.
Has gelatin in it, right?
Yes, right.
So is there a movement to get protein-free gelatin?
Well, there may be. I mean, that's one thing people are worried about with cheese making, too. I mean, because you can get natural vegetable enzymes rather than using the traditional rennet, which comes from cow stomachs, to curdle cheese. But is that also reintroducing? And then part of the idea too is that if you have a closed system, then you're not so in danger, right? But if you're like shipping products all around the world, and a cow is eating a cow from who knows where, and that's a problem. Yeah, no.
Hey baby, ¿qué pasó? Hey baby, ¿qué pasó?